The Cardano Army presents What's Cooking? Featuring special guest host, Hosky.
Invitado especial a Teen Steak Pools.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Twitter space, What's Cooking? I'm your host, Chef Theodore, and I'll be hosting this space every Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Now, on this show, we will be talking about decentralization on the Cardano network, and we'll also have guest SPOs that will come on this space and, talk about themselves, their pool, and how they got here. We've put a lot of thought behind this space. You see, decentralization is not something that we all take, it's something that we all take for granted in our ecosystem. Taking a closer look to the data, we see more and more delegators choosing multipools or even exchanges to stake their data, and not, the single operators, the backbone of this network. The purpose of this show is to educate and inform our community on why it is important for all of us to stake with small single pools. What are the advantages and what are the disadvantages? Now, tonight it's a special space. We have Hosky with us. We have, of course, Justin from the Cardano Army and Mike, and we also have some amazing pools. Ada One, we have Topo, we have Falcon. We have so many amazing pools with us. I see Chicken Jack over there. I just want to welcome everyone, and if I can start with Hosky. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing well. I have no complaints. Excited to be here. Good space. Glad to see we're giving space, or the microphone, I should say, to stake pools in Latin America, especially since Latin America is not a third world country. So let's just clarify that, contrary to some individuals' popular belief, or I should say uneducated belief. So I'm glad to see that we have a lot of representation here from Latin America. I myself am from Latin America, so it's good to see this around. So yeah, all is well. No complaints here. Looking forward to hearing from all of these pools.
Justin, what about yourself, man?
Gracias a todos por sumarse a lo que se cocina con Chef Pool. Estamos emocionados de saludar a la comunidad de habla hispana esta noche.
How did I do, everybody?
You did well.
Nice. Okay. Thank you so much for having us on, Chef. As always, great to join our good friend Hosky Token. Thank you so much for joining, man, and just all of these other pools. Really excited. I do want to kind of credit Joe. To be honest with you, Joe is our blog writer, and I'm so happy to see her on the panel today because she doesn't get on the mic and speak as often, and we're always saying, Joe, the people love you. We want to hear from you, girl. So thank you so much for kind of brainstorming a lot of this. I just wanted to say it out loud. A lot of this was Joe's idea. She saw a huge underrepresentation of our friends who speak Spanish as their primary language, which is honestly a huge portion of this community speak Spanish as their primary language. So we said, you know what, we don't speak Spanish ourselves. Many of my family members do. My wife is Mexican, and we fully embrace the culture. But to be honest, I really have a goal in life to speak Spanish, and it's something that I aspire to do in coming years, especially raising my children. I want to raise them being bilingual as well. So just wanted to say, as the naive English speaker American here, I'm super supportive of this cause, and just humbled to be here with everyone. And thank you so much, Hosky, for kind of helping bridge the gap here.
Certainly. It's definitely a a section of the Cardano community that maybe goes unnoticed by the large majority, mainly because, again, we are here and we are, in order to succeed, we do have to, communicate often, or most of the communication, I should say, coming out is going to be in English. So it definitely is nice to see that Chef took the time to open up this space. And a todos los que están aquí, que son de habla hispana, bienvenidos. Estamos contentos de que puedan estar aquí con nosotros por unos minutos, hora, el tiempo que sea necesario. Y gracias por venir, gracias por atender. To translate to everybody, simply said, thanks for everybody for showing up, those that speak Spanish. And, thanks for hanging out with us for the next few minutes, hours, however long it is.
I just wanna give the microphone to all of our stakeholders and just say hi, introduce yourselves. Please tell us a little bit about your pool and what you're doing, what you're building. Tell us a little bit. Give us a nice review. I will start with Adawan, and then we'll go with Topol. That of course we've talked in the past as well. Falcon, and we also have Lex. From I know you're staking on CCO, but if you want to say something, we would love to hear. So let's start with that one.
Hello and good night or good day, depending on where you are. I'm Jose from Ada One Pool. I'm very happy to see a lot of friends here tonight. It's 12 in the night in Buenos Aires, Argentina, where we are. We are here with the community manager, Quechua.
Hello, everyone.
It's a pleasure for us to be here. It was a long week, a very happy week after the reverse ISO. So, well, we are a physical pool. We are a bar metal physical pool. This is our contribution to the decentralization. It's a very hard work for us to maintain physical servers, but we are really very happy with all the new good things that are happening in our community. So thank you so much to everyone for sharing this space with us.
It's our pleasure having you. Thank you so much for joining us. We would love to hear more about you in a little bit. Topo, how you doing?
Hey guys, happy to be here. Thanks for having me again. Well,
I love it. I'm so happy that we have you back.
Nice, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. We've been setting up a shop in the new country. Like I told you last time, we were moving with the pool started out in Argentina. Now we moved to Peru, and we're in the middle of a project. Starting to build out the bare metal farm right here with solar powered. It's gonna be solar powered. We got the inspiration from Mata One. Actually, they actually got a catalyst funding for a solar project. So we were very enthusiastic about it. We were thinking about it for a while, and we kind of took inspiration from them, and we're in the middle of it. I will tell you guys in a couple more weeks how it's going.
That's amazing. We're really looking forward to it. Falcon. Can you hear us, Falcon?
Now, yes, I was able to hear you. Yeah, how are you guys? Thanks for having us.
We're doing great. How are you?
I'm great. This is awesome for us. Great opportunity to be here and talk Cardano. So thank you very much. Well, my name is Matias. My friends call me Falcon. That's why the name of the pool. Pretty easy one. I'm also part of Aldea DAO, one of the founders. I'm working on the core team. We will tell you a little bit more about it in a few minutes, because most of the pools that are here are also part of Aldea, which is a Latin American community we are building and we are working on to bring Cardano to all the continent, the region.
I'm really looking forward. Lex, hello. Thank you for joining us.
All right, how you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing great. So nice having you on.
Great, thank you so much. Last time I couldn't speak, and Carol wasn't able to speak. I have taken a representation of Cardano, Colombia, CCCO. I live in the states, in the states, and we're trying just to get some delegators, but we can get into that later on. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I just want to say a quick hi to Joe and Mike as well. Thank you for being on tonight, guys. Joe, thank you so much for organizing all this whole space. We definitely all appreciate that.
Oh, I'm just so excited that everybody's here. And, this started from a conversation. I think it was Mike and I really that we're talking about, we want to help the pools, but we don't want to presume to know how to help all the pools. And we know that our Latin American friends face different challenges and have different opportunities. And so, I'm just so happy that everybody could come tonight and talk about, how we can all help, how we can support each other, and how we can go from there.
Mike?
You know what it is. It's é Pedro, é o fim do caminho, é recheio de toco, é pouco sozinho, é caco de vidro, é a vida, é o sol. You get it, you guys know what it is.
Love it. All right. So let's get it off again. If you guys would like to share more with us, tell us a little bit more about the alliance, what you're working on. Just if you don't mind, just please raise your hands so we can have a nice roundtable. And I'll give the mic to you guys. Hosky, if you want to take it on, or Ada One Topo, please go ahead.
Thank you. First of all, I want to say to Topo that he said that we were an inspiration for him with our platform for solar Cardano, and he and his wife are our inspiration too, since they are making a lot of effort to make a better world with the childs, and Topo did an amazing work with technical information that myself use when I build the pool. So the inspiration is in both ways. So I love you guys. Thank you. And well, we are, as Topo mentioned, we are working in a project to allow people all around the world to invest in green energy. It will be a platform for investment in solar parks, in solar farms, and it's a huge desafío, challenge. I'm sorry, English is not my native language. It's a huge.
That's totally fine.
It's a huge challenge here in Argentina because of the political issues, but we are very, very excited to work on it, and we will give our best as always we do, as we always try. So this is our next challenge.
All right, nice. Thank you, man, for the shout out. Yeah, well, I mean, we've been very busy with the new house and getting set up and everything. We're still working with a few NFT projects. Pretty much helping everyone we can from the technical side of things. Technical side of Cardano tokens and how the node works and APIs and stuff. We've been building a few free tools for the community to use. Trying to keep busy, trying to give back a little bit of all the love and the delegation we've been receiving from everyone. It's been this entire week has been a roller coaster for a lot of the pools present today because of the Sunday swap reverse FISO. it kind of worked. I don't know about you guys, but a lot of stake is moving around, and I'm actually glad to see that. I was kind of worried for a second. I even saw the stake, the actual the total stake of the network was below 70% for a while. I don't know if it's already above 70% again, but that was a metric I was kind of a little bit worried about. But yeah, I guess we're here to discuss all this stuff tonight. So I'll pass the mic to the next pool.
Yes, I was also worried about that. That I didn't like that, but probably some people maybe they don't know where to stake for a while. I really don't know. But to tell you a little bit more about our alliance, we are almost 26 stake pools, not only from Latin America, we have a few from Spain. That's because we speak the same language and it's almost natural to connect. So we are not only working with pools from Latin America, we have these friends from Spain as well. So let's say that Aldea is more like a Hispanic World Alliance. And we are doing a lot about what Topo said. We are building documentation, trying to translate a lot of resources that are only in English, trying to give support for Project Catalyst. You know, to get there, you need to speak English. It's very hard if you want to put a proposal there and you don't speak the language. So we are trying to build all these bridges between Cardano and the Latin American world, the Hispanic world. So we have, during the last 2 weeks, we could finish our first funding. We gather funds from the community by selling NFTs. We built a platform, a marketplace. We sold these NFTs to the community as a way to say, okay, we are here, we are trying to do this, we are trying to get funds to fund community proposal for our community and for people that maybe they can make it to Project Catalyst at this stage. So we have finally funded 2 proposals, one with a social impact, building infrastructure in Chaco, a province in Argentina. They don't have access to water. So as a community, we could vote on that and we could decide that it was good to fund that proposal. So we are already working there with some of the people from the community. And the other challenge we funded was like a not developer ecosystem, like Aldea ecosystem challenge to build tools for our community. In this instance, we funded a proposal for voting and governance because it's very important how we make all this decision-making process. So we are really happy and proud. All the community responded amazingly to all these phases and different parts of the process that they needed to do something. They needed to vote, they needed to respond with proposals, they needed to do whatever was asked for them to do. And I'm really, really proud about what we have achieved. But of course, in 2022, when we need to continue working and we need to grow. That's our first goal for this year.
And I think, one thing I would add to that is it's great to see the mindset and the importance giving to charity, water, something that the majority of people would take for granted because you turn on your tap and it's there. But there are plenty of other nations, plenty of other people that don't have access to that very basic need. And I think that this highlights how important charity work is, despite what some people may say we should be giving to charity. We should be trying to better our world, not just financially through crypto, which I believe most of us here would say is the future, but also through social programs that we ourselves can fund, not relying on governments, not relying on specific charitable organizations, but as a community, as individuals. So I'm glad to hear this. I honestly had never heard about this particular alliance. And for all of those that are curious, aldea means village in Spanish, and it's good to see this village of Spanish-speaking pools being built. Also, if any of you can pin the details on the NFTs that you guys are selling to fund this, if you guys can send me that info, that way we can spread the word of what this is being used for, because I think that it shows the importance that if it's not happening through catalysts, like you said, there's definitely a barrier of entry just on language alone. If we can get more information on that, so we get the community to help support that. I see Whitepool down there. I am familiar with their work and the charitable organization that they support. Which helps with providing for children, again, the future. So if you guys can share that info with me, that'd be great. If I can, in any way, shape, or form help, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. We definitely want to do more. We are working on getting our ducks in a row when it comes to everything that we're doing, and definitely we do want to help to contribute to charity work. And I definitely like what you guys are doing, for the Spanish-speaking community, which is a large chunk that often goes ignored. But I'm glad to see that you guys are pulling through, you're pushing through. If you guys need any help with translating, stuff like that, I'm available. Spanish is my first language. Not a lot of people know that. I've done an interview with Itza before in Spanish. I'm a little rusty, so I won't deny that. But if you guys need any help, Hosky's available.
Thank you so much, Hosky. That's what we really needed. And of course, I didn't know that you speaking in Spanish. Sorry, it was a great surprise for me when I saw the interview you've done with our friend Martin from Itza.
Oh, by the way, yo hablo español también, si necesita algo.
Oh, great.
Silobite is everywhere.
Now everybody
He's a
speaks
Pernis
Spanish.
pilot. He's a rug pull operator. He speaks
Can't
Spanish.
outrun Boris, bro. You can't outrun Boris.
Man.
Everywhere, man.
He built a relay in Uruguay. It's amazing. He called me. He told me, I want to make a relay in Uruguay to improve the network. What?
Yeah, man, that was awesome. Thanks for getting that set up. We actually had a peer. I have a peer with him between my Uruguay relay and his Argentina relay. It's pretty cool.
Amazing work, bro. Amazing. Thank you so much.
This is
for those of you who don't know that, but English is Boris's fourth language. So killing it on a lot of fronts.
That's a great
Boris,
conversation.
Is there anything you can't do?
I can't market. No. I'm bad at marketing.
Yeah, right. Okay, sure. He killed it.
I just want to say a quick while there's a quick space in the conversation, guys. A little bit off topic, but shout out to Mike earlier for dropping that sweet bossa nova jam, and just wanted to say shout out to Victor, who is the lead of our design team, who is from Brazil, and just wanted to make sure that everyone who speaks Portuguese as well, you are well represented here. And Victor Shy, but we're trying to bring you up too, and Martin from we're trying to bring you up too. Just if you guys hear, we are requesting to bring you up to join the party.
Yeah, I had to give Victor a little serenade. That was just for him. But if anyone else is Portuguese or anything, or speaks Portuguese, come on down.
Joe, do you want to share any of this amazing information with us? All the things that you've gathered. Do you want to say anything? Oh, we just got Carol on as well. Joe, please.
Oh, well, I don't want to take. I mean, I want to turn the floor over to our friends here. It's really it's their time, but I'm really curious about Aldea DAO and how we can help, and just to talk about how we as a community, because let's face it, Cardano is global, but we are a global community made up of many other smaller communities. So I just really want to listen to all these wonderful pools and figure out if there's anything that we at Cardano Army can do to help promote their pools or Aldea DAO or whatever. I mean, I'm just here to really listen tonight, actually, and grateful to do so.
Awesome, Joe. Thank you for inviting us. You really made this happen. And while we're at it, I mean, Aldea is it's digamos, by my recount, Aldea is a very ambitious project. It's not only about doing a little charity work, but there's a lot more to it that this guy have been thinking about and cooking for the past year or so. Mati, year and a half.
Yes, year. Let's say year, 1 year. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, these guys have been working nonstop for a year, and starting to pay off, starting to show. They just had their first iteration, and like they said, they already funded 2 projects. This is the start of a very cool project, in my opinion, that could benefit a lot of not only the Cardano community, but people outside the bubble, so to speak. So yeah, big shout out to you guys and your work.
I just want to say a big hello to Carol and Ita as well. Carol, let's start with you. How are you doing? We've talked in the past as well. It's so nice to have you on again. Carol, can you?
Hola,
Yeah.
¿cómo están todos? Hola.
Buenas.
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo están todos? Muchas gracias por la invitación.
Hola, Carol.
Hola.
It's so nice that we can have you on and finally, please don't speak English at all and enjoy this space. I would love you to do that and feel comfortable and actually be able to share lots of information about yourself and your pool and what you do. This is amazing.
Podemos hablar más de chef si queremos.
Muchas gracias.
Carol was on our first space, guys, so this is amazing for me. I just wanted to point that out. She was on like the first space ever. So, and she was all shy and she was like, "Oh no." But now we can finally like support and we have Spanish speakers here, so I'm so excited. What's up, Carol?
So,
Audio issues.
By the way, I was going to tell you this, Chef. Like, if we have any non-native English speakers who speak, I don't know, Russian or Spanish or whatever, I could always translate as well.
Now that we got the right time that we can actually have you on the space finally, Boris. Yes,
yeah.
we're definitely gonna be able to do that. Yeah, thank you so much. I just want to recognize Ida as well on our panel, and say hello. Congratulations for being one of the new rag pools as well. I mean, sorry, not congratulations, condolences. Yes.
Condolences.
Thank you for having me again here in the space. It's really nice to see everyone from the Latin American community here. I was thinking that perhaps someday we can do it in person somewhere. I know Manila is at 10 or 20. let's get all together somewhere. Let's have a party. So yeah, it's great to be here. Regarding what we have been talking here about idea and community. I think that, like Topo said, it's really a great work that Falcon has been doing, and everyone in the area that they have been working without getting paid a lot. This last year, we finished the first iteration, iterations and actually, I think something that was great is that I could, go to my family and friends who are not in crypto. They don't really understand it yet. Unfortunately, even with my efforts trying to convince them that it's not a scam. Well, now with the DAO and the program that we funded to get people that need water the access, well, they see now that it's not a scam, that actually things can happen when people get together. And here in the Cardano community in Latin America, there is no shortage of great people with great talent. So I think that if we can continue doing that and show the people who are not in the space that you can change things with this technology, it's not only meme coins and shit coins and raffles and NFTs. There's a lot of things to do and to accomplish together.
Martin,
Hosky, you got all that. Can you translate that, Hosky?
Something. It does. So to clarify, it did sound like you were far away from the microphone. I think that's what he's referring to.
Yeah.
So I did hear some of it, but I did not hear most of it.
I thought my phone had an issue, and I'm like, I was texting Justin. I'm like, is it my phone? Is it my phone?
Yeah, the problem is that you're far away, and also the quality of the connection is bad. So with those two things combined, we couldn't hear 90% of what you said. Sorry, man.
But we want to hear it. We want to hear it.
So sorry, Martin. So sorry this happened to you, my friend. If you can, I don't know if it sounds honestly like you're on a Bluetooth headset, possibly, and the Bluetooth is almost just out of range. Is the specific type of rug? If I had to be the rug doctor and diagnose a specific type of rug, I would say it's most likely a Bluetooth issue, just from my experience.
So, if you are the rug doctor, can you give me a diagnosis?
It sounded like he was on speakerphone, like far away though.
If I'm the rug doctor, I'm sorry, but you're terminally ill, Hosky, with the rug disease. I'm sorry.
Ooh. I've got days to live.
I just wanna say really quick, Martin. We would love to hear what you just said. So please, if you could, try to do something to kind of fix it. Please let us know when you're ready. Topo, you want to go ahead?
Actually understood it a little bit. He was talking about how there's great talent in Latin America, and it was kind of a shame actually to not center a little bit of the focus in this region. Argentina, for example, is one of the main Latin American countries that are known, outside of Latin America for their developers and the actual talent in building software and solutions in general. So that's a big market to miss on, to be honest, and I think that's part of what Martin was trying to address.
Yeah, I actually lived in Argentina for 5 years. I don't know if anybody knows, but yeah, I love Argentina.
Man, you speak how many languages? You speak in how many places? What?
My father, he's a musician, so he took me around to different places. But now I'm here in Canada. No, what I've actually noticed. What I've actually noticed, guys, is there's so many people from Argentina in the Cardano space. I mean, like when I looked at, like, I think almost most of the people in Cardano, like that are from Latin America, I'm gonna say they're from Argentina. I mean, yeah, I found a few people from Chile, Colombia, But yeah, I have to say, there's many Argentinians here.
And a Peruvian. I'm half Peruvian, half Argentinian.
There you go.
So in general, and I think this is a good roundtable question for pretty much anyone on the call, from what I'm hearing. But the perception in the States is that a lot of Latin American countries and especially the leadership, it looks like they're on the cutting edge of crypto adoption. Is that just media headlines, or are you guys seeing that actually unfold in your life around you? Even here, it's like in the States, it's like even some old guy at the donut shop will be like, "Oh, I tried to buy Ethereum the other day." It's at the point where you're hearing everyone talk about it up here, and just wanted to know, is that the same level of adoption we're seeing? Do you think that it's more adopted than the United States possibly, or do you think you guys, is no one talking about around you? What do you think?
Well, I guess in the Argentina is crypto in general is very very adopted because mostly because of the bad conditions, the bad economic conditions. Inflation over 50% a year. It's kind of crazy. So crypto in general has been a haven for people to safeguard their savings. And yeah, I think there's a lot of adoption going on in Argentina. There has been a few projects, a few, how do you call them, law projects that mostly want to regulate, but also tax crypto. They're mostly focused on taxing, cryptocurrencies and trading and all this stuff. I have been for a short while in Peru, and this is a little bit more incipient, if that's a word. They're starting out. It's gaining a lot of traction, but it's not quite there. The Argentina point, you know what I'm saying? One of the main factors is that here the economy is a lot more stable. So I guess people are not that much encouraged, to look for alternative solutions. But there's actually a few projects, a few law projects going on. They're mostly focused on actually giving use to crypto, but letting people use crypto to fund their societies and businesses, and letting them use as a legal, not legal tender currency, but also like a legal asset, right? So I think they're going steps in the right direction, and there has been no talk as of yet about actual taxing of cryptos and withholding and anything like that, from what I've heard. So I think they're in the right track, but this is a few years away still.
Can I ask you a question?
Always. Sure.
Yeah. So, okay. So, I mean, I'm not gonna imagine that Cardano is leading in Argentina, but I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. But which cryptocurrency do you feel that is leading right now for transactions and stuff? Is it Bitcoin or?
I would say probably Bitcoin, but in Argentina specifically, I would say that most of the people that are into crypto have a lot of their portfolio in stable coins and early projects like Cardano. The past 2 years has been booming in Argentina. Not quite there at the level of Ethereum or Bitcoin, but it's getting there. I mean, the Argentinian community has been growing a lot. We've seen it from the early stages, and it's been amazing. It's been a great journey.
Yeah, so the reason why I asked that is because I know certain Latin American countries, like for example, Bitcoin is very relevant in El Salvador. I know that, for example, Venezuela has, what is it? Is it Digibyte or keep forgetting what they're using there. One of the other cryptocurrencies. It's almost like each country has like some kind of niche. So I was just wondering, if there's some kind of niche there.
I don't know about you guys, Martin, Falcon, Matias.
Yeah, I believe that because of what Topo just said, that the community, the developer community in Argentina is very, very important. I think that most of the people is into Ethereum because of the ease to use Solidity as a smart contract programming language, and because the JavaScript community in Argentina is also very big. So I think that the adoption related to building in blockchain is more into Ethereum rather than Cardano, of course. So we are trying to get more people into Cardano by, I don't know, showing resources in Bluetooth, trying to translate. For example, all the Bluetooth Pioneer program is in English, so we are trying to write some documentation in Spanish so we can get more people on board. But in my opinion, I will say that Ethereum is very big in terms of adoption with the developer community. And for other cryptos, probably what Topo said about the stable coins, it's really, really important for them to keep the value on their currency. Sorry, I say they because at the moment I'm not living in Argentina, but actually I should say us because I'm Argentinian as well. But the problem we have with our currency, it's huge, and we don't it's not a store of value, our currency. We have more than 50% inflation a year, so it's only natural to go and try to get a stable coin or some other currency that can maintain the value.
Yeah, no, you see, and just some history here. Back when I lived in Argentina, El peso used to be equal to $1, and it was artificially pegged to $1, and that worked for a while. And then, 1 year after I left, I left to Texas. That 3x crash happened, and then all of a sudden, overnight, it was 3 pesos to $1. And I think, I don't know, over the years, I guess it went downhill to the point where it's 50% inflation, which is, no, that's pretty concerning for sure. And I understand why people would want to invest into stablecoins. Now, you mentioned about Ethereum. I was going to suggest, some of those Solidity developers, maybe they can also get into Melcomedia, sort of like a bridge.
Yes, that's why I'm really excited about Milcomeda. I think that it's maybe it can help our network to get more developers, and it blew my mind, to know that let's say like the competition of Cardano is Ethereum, and now we can grab that competition and get it into our network and take advantage of that. So this for me is very amazing that in crypto and in the open source world you can do that, actually, rather than a few months ago it was very easy to see people saying I don't want Ethereum, come to Cardano, like this rivalry. And when we need to understand that it's another tool, Ethereum can make us also be great if we take advantage of it and if we use it in the right way. So yes, I agree with you that this layer 2 project can be really important for Cardano.
Yeah, that's awesome. Definitely. I mean, I applied for the Melcomeda to be one of the Melcomeda operators. I don't think they announced who is going to get in there yet, but
not yet.
Let's hope I'm one of them.
Yes, me too. I also applied, but I'm not
Very
sure
good.
what they are going to say.
Yeah, apparently what they have is they have a board. They have they decided that they're going to have like a third party panel that's going to review the applications instead of them reviewing it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, because they're trying to eliminate favoritism. Oh, you know favoritism. I mean, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
But I remember when I lived in Argentina. You know, I remember you get a job if you know somebody, you got a job. You know, but you know it's even here the same. You know, it's everywhere. Favoritism is everywhere, right? But yeah, they're trying to eliminate some of that. So they said that they have a third party panel that's reviewing all the applications to see who should be the operators for the Milcomeda network.
Anyway, they are just starting with 32, and then they have, of course, plans to get more on board. So in my case, I will try not to be sad or angry if I don't get selected in the first stage. You know.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna start with 32, they're gonna add 4 at a time or something like that. But eventually, you know, 32 is just not enough for security long term. So I'm sure there's going to be hundreds at one point.
Probably, yes. But this is very important if we talk about decentralization, that at the beginning, when you start, it's, in my opinion, it's impossible to be 100% decentralized. And if you say that, then it's not real. I think that decentralization is a process, and it's a continuous process that we need to take, like a path we need to take, and because it's not something that is, how can I say this, like it's a stop. It never stops, in my opinion. You need to keep working on it to get real decentralization, and maybe you are decentralized in one moment, but something happened in the network because this is too dynamic, and then at the next moment you are not more decentralized. So yes, we need to keep working on this all the time. So if they are starting, in this case, if they are starting with 32, I think it's a good shot because it's like a first stage and they are just testing the network. But then if they don't have plans to get more on board, then that would be a red flag for me. But not at this stage.
Yeah, 100%.
I just want to welcome Crypto Girl as well. Thank you for joining us.
Hi guys, how are you? My English is not that good, you know, it's not that good. But I want to say something before Hosky was talking about charity, and I believe I have another point of view about what I'm doing. Is like if you think about it, is generate resources, you know, without out of the orbit of a DeFi system, no? The state with the fees and all the things they want to charge on you to help. So what I do is not charity. What I do is generate something to help these people have liquidity, you know, to pay the bills and keep growing the project. It's like an inversion for me. I'm investing in kids. I'm not donating anything. It's like, if you see it in this point, is better, you know, is a possibility to grow because it's a business. Kids are business. Future is business.
La jefa. La jefa.
Mic drop.
Yeah, I mean, if on the English side of the community, there's a lot of focus on business, and we've had some big community members say not very nice things about charity, because a lot of people see it as it hits the bottom line, while they miss the importance of being able to make a difference for people's lives. A difference that maybe some of us aren't familiar with, or there's a lot of things that I could say personally that I've lived, being from Mexico, and there's a certain degree of being able to understand the needs of others that only comes from experience. It's hard to, people say walk a mile in somebody's shoes. It's difficult for some people to understand the difficulty or the struggles that some people face in other countries because they don't have the same amount of resources, the same freedoms that those in the U.S. are afforded. So unless some people, go down to certain places and see how people live, see the difference, it's a lot harder to explain to somebody that there is a world outside of the world that they know, and it's often much more difficult to care for anybody outside of your immediate world, I could say, until you've actually either lived it or have at least tried to experience it by going to these places. And I can say I'm grateful of where I came from. I am proud to have come from middle of nowhere, Mexico, little town of population of not even 500 people. And I can say that I'm blessed to be where I'm at now. I had a good childhood. My parents did what they could and the best that they could give me. And if people saw that now, they'd say, "Well, you didn't have anything." Well, materially, likely I didn't. But when it comes to the upbringing, when it comes to morals, when it comes to just how to live life, I'm beyond grateful for that. I'm richer than most, I can say. So that's one thing that I'm glad to see a lot of the Latin American pools, like White Pool, like the Aldea was saying, that they're raising funds to make a difference in people's lives, and that's something that you're not going to see a return on your investment in the way that a business would. It doesn't affect your bottom line, but you're doing something that is giving somebody else that opportunity. Look at you guys making me talk serious. I'm supposed to be the clown around here. Now you guys are getting me all mushy.
Yeah. Be quiet, clown. Be quiet. I'm just kidding, man. I just wanted to say, 100%. And this is like the difference between sympathy and empathy, I guess. And it's true. A lot of people, like, I've been around the world, and different cultures, value different things, right? So, and the reality is, a lot of our Cardano community is indeed from the United States, right? So there's different values around there. Like I was joking with some people. I was saying, in Argentina, we used to call people fat or skinny, and nobody got upset because that's the culture, right? People don't care. But then you call somebody fat in the States, they're gonna beat you up. So there's definitely a difference in culture. But also, I wanted to say is about being happy. When I lived in Argentina, when I first arrived to Argentina, I had nothing. Like, literally, I lived in a kitchen full of mold. That was my quote unquote bedroom. But you know what? In the end, I could actually say that maybe I was even happier back then. I didn't have to worry about running an IT company. I didn't have to worry about anything else, really. Like, and this is the difference. Sometimes you think that money brings you happiness, but that is definitely not always the case. It's a good tool. I will say it's a good tool. You could do things with money. If you have money, you could use it to invest into things or build things, but it doesn't automatically give you happiness, that's for sure.
Droplets of wisdom, my friend.
There you go. Now we're all, you know.
I do think
Do I
it's
need to start
interesting.
barking?
I do think it's interesting making these types of comparisons. And, you know, Joe, who does all of our research for this show, she researches heavily and makes us sound smart because we're a bunch of idiots up here. But Joe makes us sound smart and professional. But one thing that she reported in some of her research that she handed over to us, and I looked into it quite a bit earlier today, and I thought it was really interesting that you guys utilize Facebook a lot. Is that true? I mean, with the LATAM, or is that just certain ones from your group, or do you feel like different social media is important? You know, the basic Facebook versus Twitter, Reddit, Instagram. Um, I know that might seem like a basic question to some people, but I think in this space it's really important, the outreach. And I'm just curious, does does Latin American Twitter, or I'm sorry, crypto live on Twitter, or do they live on other platforms?
I mean, I would say it's not only an issue of geography, but also of age groups. I don't know, but in my age group, I'm 38 by the way. A lot of people still use Facebook for their for the social needs, data social needs. To be honest with you, I got into Twitter because of crypto, because of when I started the pool, most of the action was going on Twitter. And my Facebook is pretty much clear of anything crypto, but I can say, for example, that Crypto Girl, La Jefa, she uses Facebook a lot. So I don't know. It's a mix of both, I would say.
No, I don't use it anymore since I got Twitter because of crypto too. But yeah, I use it just to repost the post of the foundation. They have a Foundation, Espiga Foundation, have Twitter and have also Instagram, and I use all the information. They go there and they have there, and I of course I posted all of that on all my social media for ¿cómo se dice? Visibilization of the things, you know, they do. Because it's not just about, I care about the kids, you know, they need to eat. But they have a lot of partners, you know, they doing a lot of things in healthcare and education, you know, and homes, shelters, I don't know, a lot of things, and to empower the community. Now we are working in a project. It's a school. It's like a school neighborhood, and the families getting there, and they can act or interact like they are in a little town, you know, and to learn how to subsist and to work, you know, in between them to be prosper as a society. And after that, all the families, they don't have houses or homes. We are going to build it, you know, just to learn. And they need to learn. They don't speak Spanish, most of them, and they live in the middle of the woods. And the most of it, for the last 50 years, they've been eating flour and sugar and nothing that feed their brains. So all the grows, or the old people, and they don't know how to communicate or how to have initiative. It's like they teach a kid, you know. So that's why we focus on the kids, because they are the one who are going to save the community. So there are a lot of things happening, and I'm going to have a lot of information about this project because they are finishing, and I pushed them out they take it out because they were doing it and they finished 2 years ago, like they just put it down, and now we are working it in that again. So I will let you know how it goes.
Thank you so much for sharing everything. Is there anybody else that would like to add anything? Arawan, Falcon, Carol, Lex, please. This is your night.
Well, continue with what Maria de las Eugenias said. We think if we combine what she's doing with providing energy to bend or to shape the reality, because we realize in some places where life is very difficult, like for example in Dubai, the desert, look at what they did with energy, in this case with petrol. But in here in Latin America, in most of the hard living places, we have plenty of solar energy completely free to use to shape the reality of these places, you know.
Hello, I'm the community manager of Alawan Pool. I'm Kehua. I'm from Taiwan, and nice to meet everyone. And I want to talk about a little bit about our project of Catalyst Farm 7 that we win this time. And we really appreciate the support from the community. And mainly our project is divided into 3 parts. And the first part is what we won this time is the first phase. So this time, in this part, mainly we will take 12 weeks, around 12 weeks, and we will go to San Juan, the province of San Juan, which is really, really very poor province. And we have been there once to set up a solar partner, a solar energy supplying to seismic
Sensors.
sensor. So we already had the experience being there, and we realized that people there is really, really poor with lack of energy. So we got the idea to set up a solar farm in San Juan.
This is one of the best places in the world, with the one of the most intense solar radiation. So it's one of the best places in the world.
So this first part, we are going to visiting different solar farms, try to organize a meeting with government institutions, and try to figure out if there are any government incentives, finding solar partner and material suppliers from China or local supplier. And then we will try to make we will try to how to say, to organize a business model that everyone could take into account if they want to in the future, if they want to set up this kind of project like renewable energy. And so this is the first part. So the next step or next part that we're going to do is a platform where we will issue green tokens to allow investors from different countries in the world to invest in this project, like a Very Tree, because we got inspiration from the Very Tree, and we realized that was a really good project. So the idea of Alawan Put is very similar to Very Tree. Instead of planting trees, we are going to generate green or green energy. In this case, is solar energy.
And at the same time, the solar farm will generate carbon tokens that are incentives for generating green energy. And these green tokens, green carbon tokens, will have value too for the investors.
Yes. So and then the last part, we will set up the solar farm using the blockchain of Cardano. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes I mix with Spanish, English, and Chinese.
she's the Chinese jefa.
I'm from Taiwan, so my mother tongue is Chinese Mandarin. And well, so that's mainly our project in Catalyst Fund 7. Thank you.
I just want to, first of all, I just want to thank both of you for telling us about your project and all the things that you're working on. Crypto Girl, Ada One, Topo, Falcon, Carol, Chicken Ija, like Dot, everyone. We're all building so many and beautiful things for the community that are so important. And you're all about giving back to the community. So what I see, what I hear tonight is SPOs, SPOs, trying so hard on a daily basis, at least for 1 year now, building things for their community, for the people around them, um, for the people that they care. And then we see, and that happens all in Latin America, and from people from Latin America. And then we see the US people that they think their pool is a business model that can help them. And I'm not saying it's wrong, because they're building things, but at the same time, it's always so nice to see the other side, the side that gives back, the side that cares, the side that tries to educate their community so they can get on board on Cardano and learn more about Cardano, and build on Cardano. Um, and like Crypto Girl said, you're not just doing a charity, you're investing in children. This is amazing. I just wanted to tell you that I love this space. I think this is the best space we've ever done. And I would like to say right now with this audience that I would like to do that once a month, if you guys agree. Have that platform here for the Latin America community, and hopefully we can have other weeks that we can do other communities as well. I know the Greek community is big. I know we have lots of Greek people that working in IOG. They're behind the scenes working really hard. So yes, I just want to thank you so much for being here, for sharing all this information. I want to hear more. Please go ahead.
I have a quick question. I think that was really well said, Chef. I think when Joe and Mike were first talking about this idea, this has come out already so much better than I was hoping, and it's really exceeded my expectations. And as I think most people on this call, I think they've heard me on my soapbox quite a few times with Cardano Army, just talking about how our main goal is to provide marketing assets to small pools in need and small projects in need. But we haven't had much exposure to projects that are really predominantly trying to engage with users of different demographics and different languages and different areas. And that's one thing I wanted to visit with this group. What support do you guys need? Is the language barrier as big of an issue as I'm thinking it is? Would it help for you to have some marketing resources that are in other languages? I guess, how can we help your cause is my question
I'll
for
say one example
everyone.
that you and I have talked about a lot was, do we have to start taking videos as we're going to build these YouTube videos and interviews? Do we need to take those and then upload one version with Spanish subtitles and one version with Mandarin subtitles? Like, do you guys think that that's an important thing to do? Or is English doing just fine and the subtitles work just fine on your guys' YouTube and everything? Like, any kind of problems that you're seeing now that we can give you solutions for, we're all ears.
Well, subtitles always work. Go ahead, Manny. Go.
No, I was going to say the same. That's like trying to address our community with our language. That's a great starting point, I believe.
So talking about the limitation or barrier of language, yes, usually we try our best to express our thoughts, but sometimes it's really difficult to talk or to write fluently like Native Americans. So we usually
one example that you and I have talked about a lot was, do we have to start taking videos as we're going to build these YouTube videos and interviews? Do we need to take those and then upload one version with Spanish subtitles and one version with Mandarin subtitles? Like, do you guys think that that's an important thing to do? Or is English doing just fine and the subtitles work just fine on your guys' YouTube and everything? Like, any kind of problems that you're seeing now that we can give you solutions for, we're all ears.
Well, subtitles always work. Go ahead, Manny. Go.
No, I was going to say the same. That's like trying to address our community with our language. That's a great starting point, I believe.
So talking about the limitation or barrier of language, yes, usually we try our best to express our thought, but sometimes it's really difficult to talk or to write fluently like Native Americans. So we usually try our best. And talking about decentralization, we are really happy to see this reverse ISO, because I usually don't promote our pool too much usually before this reverse ISO, because I always think that there are so many small pools that need help. So mostly of the time I try to promote our smaller pool under 1 million. So my promotion is not too aggressive, but sometimes I saw so many pools that they are already very big and very saturated, but they always promote very hard. So sometimes I just don't, I feel a little bit sad about that, because the decentralization means a bit of balance with the staking, or try to make everything more equally. So I always try our best to do that. And that's our dilemma is win-win. We try to make everybody win in this in the decentralization, and not only some or certain pools. Thank you.
Great thoughts and great guidance. Oh, sorry. Please go ahead.
Sorry. The thing is, decentralization helps us all, not only big holders or anything like that. A strong decentralized network in several aspects, not only block production, but geographically. Decentralization of this is something that I think we spoke briefly last time, but also decentralization of the software that we use to run the network. Right now, we have a single node, right? A single software that works as a node. We should see some more decentralization on that regard. We've been seeing a lot of new wallets that are awesome. There are a few of them that are pretty cool, that far outperformed Yoroi or Daedalus, and we need more of that. I would not only focus on block and stake, but also the tools and the software that we use to run the network on a daily basis. That's something we need to keep our eye on.
Yes, and I want to dive into that in just a second. .5, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'd like to say English is not my first language, so I apologize. But I'd like to say that not only resources in Spanish will help a lot for SPOs, but also I will grow a Facebook group from Latin Americans holding Cardano. And I would like to say that, I mean, at this point, we have 53,000 members, and still the first question and the most popular thing that they ask is, what is staking pools, and what is it about wallets and staking there? Most of them still stake with Binance, or they just hold Cardano in Binance. So content in Spanish will help a lot, not only for us as SPOs, but also the people in Latin America that hold Cardano. that are not yet supporting any pools because they're staking in Binance. That's been the most difficult thing to do with them, but we are doing progress in it, in bringing education. But yeah, I'd like to say that just, to share some thoughts.
I would like to pose that question. Would it be better, does this group think in general, would it be better to convince those 53,000 people to download Twitter and make a Twitter account and come over here? Or should we start reaching out to Facebook and Instagram, which we were told don't even bother going to Facebook and Instagram because crypto Twitter is crypto Twitter? So what do you guys think? Should we go over there and start going out to Facebook and everywhere? Or
I think both will be good because Twitter is a better place to spread news, and yeah, I've tried to do that on the group as an admin, a moderator. Just try to bring more people to Twitter so that they can see more stuff about Cardano, but that's not working as much. So we are also bringing all this news and all this content of Cardano in the Facebook group. But I think it's not the best option if we can convince them to move to Twitter. Also, Telegram. I've seen the Latin American Cardano holders mostly they are hanging out in Facebook and Telegram. So I would say a mix of both would be great.
Very interesting. And oh, sorry, Topo.
Sorry, again. I was gonna say that subtitles do work, but there's also a lack of original content as well. I mean, we have a few awesome content generators. We have the guys from Chill, Martin here, that are also running interviews on a weekly basis. But for example, right, we have a guy going around in the Spanish groups, in the Argentina group as well. His name is Sebastian. I think he's the only person, the only Spanish-speaking person that took the job and translated all of Charles' videos. But I mean all of them. He may take a day or two, but he translates all the videos and posts them in YouTube and the forums, in the Telegram groups. Telegram is big down here as well too, by the way. But there's not that much content, educational, non-biased, no stake with my pool content, you know what I'm saying? And I think we need more of that.
We'll talk to you later, I'm sure, but real quick, whenever you can, DM the Cardano Army main account with that info. I want to see where the Telegram groups I should go to, and also who is the person who's making those subtitles, if you know who that is, so we can try and contact him and see what's up.
For sure, I'll get you guys in contact. Seba es un genio, como dirían en Argentina. He's the guy.
He's an amazing guy. Yes, he is.
Yes, I'm well aware of who I'm a big fan, actually. So when we're looking at, so I'm trying to piece together. I'm glad that this is turning into kind of a work group, right? Where we're actually action planning this out for next steps. So I just have a question about really around launches, because that's when we get a lot of our engagement. That's when we really dig in. So we were fortunate to have Pi on from Sunday Swap. He was actually on, and one of the biggest announcements was made on this Twitter space a couple of weeks ago, right before everything went live with Sunday Swap. And we supported that launch so well from an English speaker perspective. But do you guys feel like these tools, because I don't see what you guys are seeing or read what you're reading, when these big tools launch, do they also launch Spanish speaking or Spanish documentation to help explain these tools, or is that also a gap that you think we could help fill?
I think that depends on the project, actually. For example, Sunday Swap, they have Spanish support, and one of the guys from our community, Gaston, he's working with them, and he's trying to help out the community on how to use Sunday Swap, any dApps they can have. Milcomeda, for example, it's also working with the community to get more resources in Spanish. But I don't know really how we can make this big effort for all projects or all tools that come now in Cardano, which are in English, and tell them that, okay, we also have all these people here that they don't speak the language. So maybe you could consider trying to do something in Spanish as well.
If I may say really quick, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I really want to hear from Carol. I know, you've been on for a while, Carol, but you didn't have the chance to speak. Please go ahead. I know that one of these amazing SPOs up here, or even Hosky, will be able to translate.
Hola, bueno, voy a hablar en español. Soy un poco nerviosa para hablar en público. En inglés no sé mucho y en español soy un poco nerviosa, pero bueno, acá en Colombia se quiere decir que la adopción de las criptomonedas se está viendo mucho. Por cierto, el gobierno está haciendo alianzas con los bancos para que sus inversores puedan tener acceso a ellos. En las calles,
Si me
en la
das
calle.
unos, Caro, si me das unos segundos para traducir. Me das unas pausas, porfa. In
Qué pena, esa
Colombia,
es mi niña. Esa es
Oh,
mi
no, no,
niña
no
que
diga.
dice que casi sabe inglés.
Oh, no, está bien. What she is saying is she's a little nervous to speak. She's saying that in Colombia, the adoption of crypto is actually happening. They're actually seeing an impact. The government is actually speaking with banks so that their investors can actually invest in cryptocurrencies. Sí puede continuar.
Que por cierto en las calles se escucha mucho a personas hablando sobre las criptomonedas, sobre la adopción, tienen Binance, tienen cuenta en Binance.
On the streets, you actually do hear people that are talking about crypto, about the adoption, people talking about their accounts that they have with Binance.
Bueno, eso acá en Colombia se da mucho por la falta, acá en Colombia hay mucha falta de oportunidades, entonces las personas buscan cómo invertir, cómo obtener ganancias.
There's a lack of opportunities in Colombia, so people are trying to find ways to be able to invest and to make a little bit of extra money.
Me parece súper importante todo lo que están haciendo las pools latinoamericanas para poder llegar a las personas y las personas tengan como oportunidad de conocimiento de criptomonedas.
It's very important, and she's thankful for what the Latin American pools are doing to reach the people, and that way the people have the opportunity and also the knowledge to be able to use cryptocurrencies.
Y quería agradecerles, muy importante todos esos espacios.
And she wanted to thank you guys for all of the spaces.
Es que mi niña estaba hablando, ella dice que sabe inglés, tiene tan solo 4 años. Diles pues.
Very good.
Diles.
Very good, friends. Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Carol, thank you so much. Like I said, I finally, I heard you speaking fluently, and you actually said whatever you had in your heart and your thoughts. So, Hosky, thank you so much for the translation. I'm so happy that I heard that from you, Carol. Adawan, Crypto Girl, Topo, Falcon, please take it on. How are you guys?
I was thinking about what Mati said about the Sunday Swap team, that they have an Argentinian there too. It's Argentinians everywhere. In the Vatican City, in the Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain, in crypto, everywhere. we are like the Plutus Pioneer Program, but we are the Chaos Pioneer Program.
Even Milcomera has an Argentinian, Nico Arqueros, as well.
Isn't him Chilean? Are you sure he's Argentinian?
Maybe is he from Chile? I don't know. I thought he was Argentinian.
Anyway, Latin America is also present there. So
I have an unrelated question, but maybe since you guys are Argentina, I can answer. So, is there still like a lot of rivalry between Chile and Argentina, or what?
I think that really, I think it's stupid, in my opinion.
It's not good to talk about those things, you know. We are having a serious conversation here, please.
La jefa.
Sorry,
no, but
I think
we love each other.
We love each other. It depends on the people, not the country.
You're Peruvian, Alfred, not Argentinian. Well, I don't know if the Peruvian love them.
It's about the people, not the nationality of the people. You have lovely people in any country in the world, and you have not so lovely people everywhere too. But it has nothing to do with the country.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I have a quick question for the group. And I'm really concerned about something. And it's actually mainly for Hosky. Hosky, I'm concerned. Is the Spanish speaking community getting properly rugged? Or do you think possibly they're safe from the rug? And what can we do to make sure they get absolutely wrecked, just like the English speaking Hosky holders?
I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to spin up a Hosky
We want to be rugged as
or
well, man.
something
Come on.
to rug them. I mean, we don't want to discriminate against anybody. We want to be equal rugging opportunity. So I think we might have to try to rug the Latin American community as well. I guess we can start with Itza, since they did join the rug pools. We can maybe use him to try to rug the Latin American community.
I'm shocked you haven't gotten rugged, dude. This is crazy long for you not getting rugged. That's probably because you're being nice. This is how karma works.
Well, the important thing for not getting rugged on Twitter Space is to just be using an iPhone or some sort of iDevice. But yeah, I mean, I'm having conversations here, being serious, being like, yeah, not the usual Hosky people are used to, but there is a human behind it.
It's a magical space. I'm loving it.
This is, yeah, like I said earlier, this space is amazing. I'm so happy that we have all of you on and you share everything with us. I've learned so much, like, honest to God, because as much as you try to keep up, you cannot, you can't see everything. So again, thank you so much for all of you for being here. I will give the mic to.
I've been DMing Chef on the side, and I'm like, this is like the best space I've ever been a part of.
Yes, me too.
It's a different atmosphere. There's a lot of camaraderie. It's different. I mean, nobody's arguing. Nobody's trying to shill their stuff. Everybody's just speaking to what they're doing, speaking to what they're seeing in their community, which is beautiful.
Positivity.
Yes.
There's so much of that in here right now. I feel great. Crypto girl, please go ahead, and then I'll give the mic to Dot5 Bull.
Oh no, I'm okay. Go.
Okay, Dot5.
Yeah, I have another question for the other Latino pools here about the nonprofit or charities that you guys do. There's this nonprofit organization in my hometown that helps immigrants crossing to the United States. I'm from a Mexican border city, and I've been helping them a lot, donating $200 a month. Ever since I met some African kids trying to cross the border through Mexico as well, they were like the happiest, most amazing kids I've ever met. And since I've been donating and contributing to that nonprofit. I wanted to ask, how do you guys manage the ADA that you get to fund those charities? Do you just send them to exchanges and sell it, pay the capital gains, and use the rest to fund it, or is there a better way to do this?
Oh, what I did is at the beginning when I set the pool on the very first, the last year, and it was a problem in Argentina because if I down the money, the other in the white market, the government take the 65% of the money, so it's 65% of the food. And so we have this black market. It's like a cave, you say, in a digital dollar, the USDT, most of it. And the people just trade there, and they don't allow the money with regular people, and you can do it, without pay the taxes. So at the beginning for me is a miss because they cannot made a bill in my name saying, hey, I donate this to you, and I have to do all this and download the money and get the pesos first with different changes because it's going up all the time. The peso, the dollar, is like 250 peso $1 in this moment. So get the accounts right and the feedback, they give me an information. What I'm doing it was hard. So they start to send me the bills of the things they buy to the, ¿cómo se dice proveedor, Alfred?
Sí, proveedor, provider.
Provider. And they send me the bills about what they buy, inside there. But now it's easier for me because I convince them or I show them this world, they are very into it now. And they have the address, in their webpage, behind the logo of Cardano and the is the AFIP, and, the government, ¿cómo se dice? ¿Qué es el AFIP?
Igual hablo español, si quieres me explicas en español.
Sí, ese, claro, los que te cobran los impuestos, ¿no? La agencia recaudadora de impuestos, el AFIP. Entonces, so it's funny because they are doing the same I do. I just give them the number about the guy who download the money, and they are doing the same what I do, but I don't have to do it anymore, and I trust them, I went to see them, I see all they do. They've been there since 2017. And you have to see the pictures when they first get there with the first truck, and you see these people now, 5,600 families, and happy, not all of them, but they are trying hard and they are doing it, And one example is there is a school, the 420 school, now is on fire. It's nothing, it's not there anymore because it's set on fire a month ago, but the dining room there, the government gave them just bread, and tea. So I take care of that dining room. I give them the breakfast and the lunch and the last meal. I don't know what it is in the afternoon, and ¿cómo se diría? Subió el 30% la escolaridad. The kids 30% rise the scholarity, of the kids because parents send the kids to the school because they eat. So it's a very good, to focus in kids in this way because they need to study to get these things. It's like they need to do their effort too. The families have to do an effort. It's not everything free. It's not charity and just leave them like that, feed them and leave them. No, it's very nice what is happening. So I support them because of that. And I don't remember why I started saying all of this, but just.
Yeah, just giving me tips. Yeah, that's helpful. I'll see if there's anything I can do to implement it. But to that point, also, yeah, because this nonprofit, they don't help them cross the border to the US. I know this can be maybe a controversial topic for Americans, but no, they stay there. They get the kids get educated. They receive food and clothes, and a lot of them end up just finding jobs in Mexico, and they just stay there. Maybe not in my hometown, but they get separated. Well, not the they get like split to other cities, and then they just start working there, and they're part of the community. So now in my hometown, which is quite a small Mexican city, they're all like Mexicans. So now there's like this African French-speaking community there that decided to stay in Mexico because they found opportunities, and they got them thanks to this nonprofit organization, and that's why I like to support it. So I'll see if that's something that I can implement. I don't know if that might be something a little bit probably controversial for English speakers. If I say my poll is, sending charity to that. So even for the English speakers here, I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
Well, I don't think it's specific to English speakers, but more specific to U.S. citizens.
Yeah, the U.S. Yeah, right.
I'm
And as
from
I said,
Canada.
it's not
I'm
even
from
helping
Canada,
like
man. I
Ross.
don't
It's more
care.
like,
I'm from Canada. Okay, so but you know what? The funny thing is, and actually not a lot of people know this, but I actually lived illegally when I was in the States, for 5 years. And my story about it was basically we arrived to Texas and we tried to get documentation when we got from Argentina to Texas, and we went to the immigration office, and they basically told us, well, you have to cross the border to Mexico and wait there, for your papers. So we're like, yeah, we're not going to do that. We're just going to apply for Canadian citizenship instead, or residence. So, I actually ended up living in the States illegally for 5 years while I was waiting for documents.
Boris, the stories just continue.
Yeah, man. I was an illegal alien. There you go.
Boris, you are right now in Canada, right?
100%.
May I ask you about the issue with the banks in Canada, where the government is forbidding the citizens that are claiming are in the protests to take their money from the banks. We lived these kind of things several times here in Argentina, and now I'm thinking it happened in Argentina when you was here, and now you're in Canada. Maybe you are the you're the guy that it's causing it.
Sorry.
I think he just blamed you for the protests because of all the stuff you've been doing. I mean, multilingual, living illegally in Texas, Argentina. So you moved to Canada, and all of a sudden they're going after banks. So can you fess up if that's you, Boris?
No, I mean, I honestly haven't followed the whole story. What's going on there? I mean,
it's quite crazy, man.
Yeah, I haven't followed the whole story.
Damn.
I heard some of it where they're, closing people's banks accounts that are, involved with this protests, which is, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. I really didn't, and like I've been living in Canada since I was since 2006, and I really did not expect this. Like that's just something that I never associated with Canada. So to me, it was a surprise. Mind you, when I first started in crypto, it was 2017, and I think it was 2018. I actually had one of my accounts closed from the bank because I was doing crypto purchases. But at least, they could say, oh, crypto, everybody hated crypto. But with this whole movement now, people are closing bank accounts of protesters. I mean, what's next? And I really think this whole thing started is when people started, getting all this extra control. And I'm going to say it. I think COVID started this thing, right? All of the mandates, and I know a lot of people who are hardcore pro mandates, and that's fine. But forcing people to do things, and then all of a sudden you see people's bank accounts getting closed. Like we're walking towards not a really good path here.
I'll come out and say it. It's very 1984 like. since Hosky's known for controversy, it's stupid. Personal opinion, mandates are stupid, and you can only squeeze somebody so much before they're going to fight back, and that's literally what you're saying is the result of people just being controlled by the government. I mean,
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it how it is. Oppressed by the government.
Right, oppressed. Yeah, it is. I'm thankful to be in a place where we don't have to worry about that, Texas. So it's been different out here. We don't have to worry about mandates. I've had COVID twice already. No big issues on my part. But yeah, I mean, if you can only people will eventually fight back, and I think that's what we're seeing in a lot of places. According to, I'm not an expert, but according to scientists, the science has changed now, and that's why the mandates are being lifted in Canada. But personally, it seems that it's due to the protests. And again, I don't know a lot of the info. All I know is that any government tries to go after a bank account, that's proof enough for me to know that we're in the right place when it comes to crypto, because you can't shut down my wallet. You have no control over my wallet. Now for the people that still have their money or their ADA, their crypto on an exchange, these exchanges have to usually comply with regulations. So guess what they can do? They can go after your exchange and shut it down, where you then lose access to your crypto. So that's why it's important to get your crypto off of exchanges, because they're very close to what a bank would be. It's custodial services of your crypto, your money. So not your keys, not your crypto, would actually be something that people should be concerned when you see such government overreach as targeting protesters' bank accounts, children, and apparently dogs too. They're going after the pets. Is the last thing I saw. So they want to go after your pets. So yeah, another use case, another reason to why we should focus on moving off of exchanges, staking your ADA with small pools, single pool operators, that care about others, not just themselves, which is what we've seen here on this space, and I'm grateful to see. Versus a lot of other spaces that are toxic and full of entitled, man, I don't want to be mean or say bad words, but not very nice people. Let's just put it that way. So yeah, it's good to see the Latin American community being so loving, so united, and it's even great to see a pool that's not fully saturated trying to help other smaller pools. Good luck finding that with a lot of the MPOs. It's just business for them. So I'm grateful to see that, and I'm definitely going to be here. If we do this once a month, I'm committing to being here all the time.
Me too. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that.
Yeah, this has been the best space that I've been in, and I'm very proud to have participated, and I want to work more with the Latin American pools because I see that they're trying to change the lives of others, not just themselves. So thank you for that, guys. I really, really, really appreciate that.
So yeah, I just want to say really quick that we will be doing these once a month for sure. I really hope all of our friend SPOs over here will be joining or try to join anyway. But we would love to make this bigger and actually have more people from the audience as well to come on and talk. And with that being said, I would like to give the mic to Chicken Pool, and then whoever from the speakers here would like to, step down, because we have quite a few people requesting to speak, and we would love to hear them. If you would love to share more things, please stay by any means, but we would love to see more people coming on as well. Ija, please go ahead.
Hey, how's my audio?
Amazing.
For sure. We can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So happy.
Sorry, I got a new headset. So I just going to repeat what I said last time. So what I was saying is that this space is really good to see everyone from the Latin community here. Ada One gave me a great tip the other day to try to hunt some Japanese whales. So thank you a lot for that. I also want to thank Falcon for all the hard work that he and the core team did for Adea. And of course, Topo with his great knowledge on IT. He's always helpful to everyone in the community. And Whitepool, of course. I think she's a great model for charity pools in Cardano. So I also was saying that I think we should do it sometime in person. I don't know how we can arrange that. Perhaps we can meet in Mexico or in El Salvador sometime. I think that's going to be great. And the last thing, just to make it quick, that I was saying that with the project that we funded with Adea in the first iteration, we funded this project that Mati was telling about to get people water. And I told my family that I'm trying to convince them that crypto and blockchain is not a scam. And with this example of a real life example for them, right? It's something concrete, something good for people who need it. I think that they understood this application of this technology. So I was after they got this idea of using this decentralized and autonomous organization to get funds and fund things that we need in the community and also in the crypto space in Cardano. I was thinking about making a, because I have a YouTube channel, right? I make videos in Spanish about crypto and blockchain. And the idea that I got, because here in Argentina, because of a lot of the financial crisis and things that we had, people they invest in US dollars mostly. So most people also, they do not trust banks because of what happened in the crisis in 2001. So there's like a feeling that something must be a scam if it gives these returns, right? So the idea of this video was to try to answer that question, try to explain why it's not a scam. And that's something that I'm thinking about. So just if anyone here from the Latin community has any like tips or things that they heard from family and friends of why they don't trust or they don't understand crypto for something in particular, to send me a message. So sorry I did it a bit long, but thank you for the space and everyone here.
It's a pleasure. It's definitely my pleasure for having all of you here, and because you all did that space as great as is right now. So thank you so much for being on. It's a pleasure having you. Topo, Arawan, I'm just gonna do a last round really quick. If you all would like to say something to finish up our space, please go ahead. Again, thank you so much for being on. I'm just going to do a nice roundtable with everybody. I will start with Hosky, Boris, Arawan, Topo, Carol, Falcon, Dot 5, and I will finish up with Joe, because she's the one that she made all this happen, and I couldn't be more happy than yeah. So yeah, let's hit it off with Hosky.
Yeah, so thanks everybody for showing up. Gracias a todos los que pudieron venir a este espacio, y gracias por compartir con nosotros lo que están haciendo por sus comunidades. Es muy importante, y creo que es algo que muchos de nosotros podemos aprender, de que podemos hacer más de lo que estamos haciendo en este momento. So just thanks everybody for for coming. I was just saying that it's great to see what the pools are doing for their communities, and it's definitely showing us that we can definitely do a lot more as individuals. A lot of people here are stake pool operators as well, so there's a lot more that can be done. And I'll see you guys next month.
All right. I just wanted to say, great job, everybody in the community. I mean, we went from 16% to 23.5% of the stake on the single pool operators. That's actually a huge achievement in just a matter of 4 days or 5 days. Like it's actually amazing. I'm really hoping it will last and will stay as decentralized as possible. In the end, my personal opinion is we should try to, work with everybody within the community, whether they're MPO or SPO. Everybody has different ideals. Do I agree with having multiple pools? No, I don't. But I will always have a single pool. But I think there's I think there's an opportunity to also engage MPOs as well as SPOs, and see what they're thinking and what they can do to help the community as well. I think if we provide positive reinforcements for some of their actions, we might get somewhere.
Don't forget to bring your ID.
Other one.
Well, it was a pleasure to be here. We are very, very happy to see a lot of people reaching their dreams, like the recent, after a huge, huge effort Martin did with Itza. I saw his pool everywhere, his advertising, and after so much work, finally, after this redistribution, he finally reached a reasonable amount of staking, and it's like being other ones reaching their dreams, and it makes me very happy. It's like White with the kids, like Falcon with Aldea, and everywhere here. It's like most of people here finally, if they continue working hard and giving the best, they finally reach their dreams, and this is amazing. It makes me very happy.
Hey guys, I'm just gonna keep it short. I'm gonna thank you everyone for joining us tonight, for talking with us. Yeah, on the topic of decentralization, it helps us all, right? We want to keep a trustless system. We don't want to trust in a representative or in a stake pool or in an organization to represent us, or to make decisions on the network for us. Let's keep this in mind. Spread the stake around and keep it going. Thank you.
Carol.
Hola, bueno, quería agradecerles. Muchas gracias por este espacio y por la invitación.
Thank you for the space. Thank you for the invitation to be here.
Thank you, Carol. Falcon.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much to everyone for this opportunity and for having us. And I will also want to thank Topo, Adawan, and also White, because actually I didn't know about this space. So you guys told me about it, and this is what I love about the community, that we are always sharing information, not keeping it to ourselves. So that also shows how the community is. So thank you for that. And a special message to you, Hosky. I will send you some information about what we are doing in Aldea. So let's see how you can help, as you said. So
perfect.
Thanks for
I'll
that.
send you a DM and open up my DMs to you.
Awesome, great. Thanks to everybody. Have a nice day, night. I don't know where everybody is, but enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And let's finish up with Dot 5, and then let's hear from Mike, Justin, and then we'll finish up with Joe.
Yeah, well, thank you for the opportunity to bring the Latino community together and bringing me here to speak. It was very productive Twitter space, and I'd like to share, if I may, there's this other series of Twitter spaces in Spanish going on for the Latino community. Every Wednesday and Saturday, they're being hosted by D. Clay, such an amazing guy. And it's funny that Chef and Hosky mentioned how this is one of the best Twitter spaces that they've been into, because when I joined those Twitter spaces, I had the same feeling. Very productive conversations, very neutral, and you can expect the same from those Twitter spaces. So if you want to join more, well, those are available. The next one will be on Saturday. So yeah, just wanting to share that.
Thank you. Justin?
Yes, just wanted to say for the Cardano Army team, which is, of course, all 5 of us, I think I need to get Duolingo accounts for all of us so we can brush up on our Spanish, guys, because I think we have our work cut out for us here. And I think we found a beautiful community on Cardano that is being overlooked. And I think this is a great opportunity to change that. So thanks, everyone.
Mike, and then Joe.
He's tuning his guitar. He's going to sing us another bossa song.
Or should I go to Joe right away? Mike, are you here? All right. Good night, Mike. Let's go to Joe.
Well, I guess I'm just so thankful that to you, Chef, for hosting this space, and for everyone for coming. I've had the privilege of speaking with a couple of you as I wrote blog posts, White Pool and CCOL, and just your fabulous work with the kids. And again, it's not charity; it really is an investment in the future. I mean, it's how we all grow. So I'm just so grateful we're all here and we had this opportunity. I would say, I think it was Ray from Grow Pool, and I don't know that he's here tonight, but he spoke the other week about the power of partnerships and how we're all independent. I mean, we all value decentralization, but we're all stronger together. So I would say, as we get ready to end this space and we think about maybe as we reconvene next month, if we can all bring an idea to the table about, how we can strengthen our partnerships with each other and how we can help each other grow, right? Because everybody has their own projects, but there's just so much great things, wonderful things going on in this space. So my question, the reason that we came together this time and hopefully next time, is how do we help each other do even more, right? Because everybody's work is important. So how do we take that next step up together?
That's a nice closing question. That's a good food for thought. And I know all about food. So yes, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Please make sure you all share the recording with the community, and make sure we all get all the voices heard. And like I said, we'll see you next month. I'm very excited. Have a great night, everyone, and thank you so much for staying up that late for some of you. Bye.
Adiós, buenas noches.
Hasta luego.
Buenas noches.
Nos vemos el próximo mes y Hosky, muchas gracias por la traducción.
De nada. Woof.